Okay, too. She took it back. I'm going to start here. Yesterday, after it's like my brain cells they get together and they hear things and they speak. They even take turns speaking. He got into Mary Magdalene, and as I said, there are many Mary Magdalenes. There are some who are on our side, and there are some who are on Saul's side. The two Marys that went to see him at the tomb to get him out was Carmel and his daughter Terry. And she did say one time, Yahweh ben Yahweh did call her Mary. And that was a reason why. Then he said, he said Mary and or Mary Magdalene, they were far off. And a lot of my Abba's daughters, his two daughters, we were far away from him. Then he went into saying that maybe so like a contradiction because, Mary Magdalene and or Mary were like far off, some, again, right? However, that far off, it means that they were far off from the teachings, the knowledge of Yahweh ben Yahweh. They were far away from everything Yahweh ben Yahweh taught. Not just Yahweh ben Yahweh, even the prophet. See, once my Abba, he come to me, he talk to me, not just my Abba, even my grandma Tim, she comes, before even before Taj, the prophet, before any of them, these are those that come all the time, Sometimes I even come myself. However, the entities that came to me as a child and then came back they all got together. I think I was maybe 47, They all got together to come to me and my Abba to come to me and ask me if I would allow a free man. Because these rules had a lot to do with my history. And that's why they stood at the door, And all I could think of was the movie, The Spook That Sat by the Door. Although they are two different things. I saw The Spook That Sat by the Door when I was like 12, so I don't even remember it. But I remember the title, and there was a melanated man played in there. I think he was the spook. And I began to let them in. Once I began to let them in, see, that's like a puzzle. It's just like when you see Zeus and Diana, I don't know what her name is when she's with Zeus, in the movie, like the Golden Fleece or something like that. But I'm going to call her Diana and Zeus. They are together, and then it's like this, like they can see over the waters, and there's a scripture in the book, and it speaks of the woman who stands over the waters. They do have that, that little bitch standing over there holding the torture. One day, my brothers are going to come through with the shits, and they're going to knock her head off. Oh, wow, I cannot wait. I don't know how I would see it. I don't have any more friends on Facebook. They used to keep me up with what is going on. Then I deleted all those that I subscribed to almost. And the dolls people, they will not talk about it. I don't know, somehow I will find out. I am sure I will find out that a storm came through and knocked that bitch head off. And I also will find out on YouTube that it was Harp that did it. Because they would say Harp did it. I don't give a fuck who did it. The bitch head is knocked off, right? That's all I care about. Okay, so now getting back to Mary Magdalene. No, Carmel and Terry, who Terry is a military name, by the way. Tiaba, he had to hide codes, and he came to speak of the codes, and he said he was the one to come to open the keys to the book. He had the keys to the book, but they took him away too fast before, we could get to targeted individual. It doesn't matter. Because the way they took him away, it was just so odd to me, I was going to go and do investigating anyway. I mean, I found out so many years later because they would not let the spooks who sat by the door in. Do you know if I would have let him in 2007? And it was a 7 too. A 7. The year of Jubilee. Every 7 years there shall be a year of Jubilee. And they turn, see, so the circle 7 is a 7 in it. And every 7 years there shall be a Jubilee. You go around that 7 years of Jubilee. A Jubilee. A Jubilee. I just have fun with my brain cells, that's all. So, now they have changed the word to Jubilee. So that you believe all the bullshit they're telling you, This is in their books. This is not Dr. Valentine, not at all. And I'm sure this was a years ago, because Dr. Valentine's mind, you see these things behind them, it's like a vine. They have gone even higher and higher. I really do enjoy listening to him. Sometimes, yes, I can get emotional because I am a female. However, I have to still have respect. He is still. When I found him, and I found targeted individual, and then I found some other brothers before I even found him. One, his name started with he had a lot of Z's in his name. He had on like an orange, kind of like dashiki or something. I learned from him. And that was because I let them in, the spooks. I let them in, and then there was Elder Bay. He is my elder. I get to choose my elder too. He is my elder. He just will not listen to the prophet. He cannot hear the prophet, because of the towers that they built, He cannot hear the prophet, so the prophet stood outside my door, and he introduced me to one of his children, who is Elder Bay. And then Elder Bay spoke to me the same way Moses Israel spoke to me. And I was like, wow. To tell me what was really going on, you see. So then now, I want to hear there are many targeted individuals. So I hate to say targeted individual right here on YouTube, just to say targeted individual. And there was so many. I listened to so many, and also my entities told me who were the fake ones. There were really, really many targets. Even the fake ones, they were targeted too, but they still were, like working for the man, And so I was watching one night, right? And just the lineup, And then all of a sudden I just take this thing and I go down. I like to see him when it says all of his videos, And then I go down right like that. And Dr. Phil is maybe right here. He will be right there. See? Wow. Phil Valentine, scientific breakdown of homosexuality. Oh, wow. The man is so boss. He is calm. I mean, I know how it is to climb the ladder, and how your mind, your brain cells like a vines, and they just grow and grow and grow. And empowerment for sovereignty. And see, that's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted. Is to be sovereign. When they say, who is your lover? I say sovereignty. The men in my life will get mad. Sovereignty, boo. Yes, that's who I am, married to sovereignty. And my Abba taught me sovereignty. I was on like a 4th grade level. I thought it was sovereign. My Abba began to teach it to me. Wow. And then when they came in my world, wow, they turned sovereignty into something that I did not even want it to be. Wow. That means I had to really, really fight for it. Like they are holding me down in my chest. Most of they are laying me on my back and they are stepping in my back. And it's like they even invite their friends over for a party, you know? And they all take turns dancing in that part of my back. It's like that is the only line they dance on. You know, I have a big ass back because with that directed energy, they have blown me up. So now let me get my talkative ass, hot tail ass, and listen to more Dr. Valentine. Go to start right here, I guess. It is 50.3.
Alright? If this crucifixion was a fact instead of a fable, it seems odd that the 4 Gospels contain so many contradictions about it.
There are 4 Gospels. That is a foundation. However, they are Gospels. And when you say gospel, then you must be talking about some damn gossip. So there are codes all through there. However, there was something he said before. Already I am starting. I'm not going to start this way.
Contrary to what you have been perceiving. Now,
He said completely controversy. I do not have that. Let me get ready for you. Carmel did not just go to Nehemiah in the jails. Because Carmel came in as a CIA agent. She has always been a part. I mean, her last name has something to do with Alistair Crowley was born. She's connected to them too much. Like, way too much for me. You know? And knowing how the sayings of harm of how it proves the guilty and the innocent. So, once they go to him there, and then they do mind control on him. Now, he doesn't want the lawyer that Yahweh gave him because they went talking shit to him, you see? Talking shit and saying, oh, you know, Yahweh, he is not saying this, he is not saying that. So now, they're going to have his back, you know? Now they're going to have his back. They're going to have Nehemiah's back. And as they say, although my Abba showed Lazarus as Nehemiah at the end of Lazarus is the United States, I am also Lazarus. So my Abba raised me. And he raised me from the dead. Shit, I was living in a fucking projects. And guess what? I enjoyed it. My life was so much better before I met you, Tay-Baba. I did not know none of this bullshit. I lived in so la-la land and it was so la-la and grand. So I thought, they did not even like me having that kind of thought. So then I go and I meet my Abba and it's even more la-la land because now la-la land becomes a sovereign place in my mind. I'm going to be sovereign. You know? But it's la-la land because I live in the United States. I am Nazareth. And now I am in Florida. And now the triangle, the pink triangle boys is what they call themselves. I did not call them that. I found it on the internet. Someone wrote a picture that pink triangle boys. Yeah, because you need me to know who you are. I know who you are anyway. But I'm glad you call yourself the pink triangle boys because I lived in like the triangle part of Florida. You know, everything that has triangle, grocery store, cleaner, school, library, every fucking thing is on a fucking triangle. You know, so when they came in, then I had to go. I was down so many avenues, you know. And all my books were gone. I could not go back to my books to get to the street. But at first they left me with a few books, so I can remain on certain streets, but most of the time there were avenues. So many avenues. And then maybe I had not had to go down all those avenues if I had just listened to him in 2007. if I had just let them in 2007. You know, the prophet Noah was there too. That's how I found out about Ruth. You know, I did not know that we actually had a community here in California. You know, I forgot what, but we actually had a community here in California, and oh wow, the prophet could tell me so much about Ruth, but I knew about Ruth already. You know, and then it was one of those who followed the prophet. You know, he had a picture on his page, you know, on a MySpace page, and I knew it was my Ruth. I knew the picture was. I have it in my touch too. And then I said, I left him a question. I said, who is this? That is what I asked at first, because I need to know who she was to him. He said, that is the goddess Callie. My mind said, this is Ruth. And so I had to ask, I said, does she have big breasts? He said, yes, she does. I knew it was Maima right there. I just took the picture. And now I have a physical picture of Maima. A true physical picture of Maima. Okay? And he was also into the prophet, but no, I did not want to be bothered with all these gods. Oh man, there was so many gods. And then for them to call Callie a goddess, you know, and that's when they went to do the research on it. And that's when they say, that's when, you know, so my Ima has been looking at this shit for a long time. You know, my Ima has been with me for a very long time, you know. My Ima Ruth has been with me for a very long time. And that's when we went on and we saw the blue shit and this and that. Once 2009 or 2010, once I went on ahead and decided to listen to Lil Wayne, you know, because Lil Wayne was introduced to me first by my grandbaby, who was 4 at the time, by the way. And then now my son, Danaya, is introducing it to me. And the first person that walks in is Tash. The first person walks in is Tash. Me and Tash, we played a game. He is telling me so much in movies and in playing the game, you know, dealing with words and things. He's telling me so much. My mind is like zoom. You know, for real, my mind is like zoom. You know, I want to fly far away from here where my mind is fresh and free. You know? Yeah. It was like that, really. My mind, all like the commercial. You know, the car that goes zoom. That's how my mind was going. And then he introduced Bob Marley. And Bob Marley, wow. That's when you get into the CIA of the shit. You know, I thought Tosh brought into the CIA too, you know. I put a lot of shit in the montages, you know, a lot of the stuff they tell me. I put it in the montages to make someone like my own movie, you know. I call it Potentate TV. Now, this is 18 minutes in, and I have been so hot till. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to get back to Dr. Valentine. She'll talk a lot about